A room without books is like a body without a soul. Books play an important role in our life, and lots of people enjoy reading lots of different books, and we all enjoy lots of different books. I like to read Jacqueline Wilson books, Roald Dahl books, Shakespeare books, and David Whiteham's books. This is the book I'm currently reading, Tracy Beaker, written by Jacqueline Wilson. I really like this book because it's very emotional and has lots of really good language I like to use for my creative writing. Now I'm going to tell you a bit about the story. Tracy Beaker goes to lots of different orphan homes to find parents, the correct parents to fit her. But sadly, no parents really want to take her. They take other people. Tracy Beaker once did have a mum, but her mum put her in an orphan home. She writes her own biography and uses up lots of paper in the orphan home because she's writing her own biography. She has one friend in the orphan home, which is Little Petey. Little Petey is very shy and very nervous. Tracy is very brave and very bold and stands up for herself. She never cries. Well, I hope you like my favourite book video. Bye!
Today I'm going to show you one of my favourite books called Jungle Shorts. Let's get into it. So there's a boy called Lenny who was told to go to a football match. So he asked his mum, "Can we get a football kit please?" said Lenny. But her mum said, "You're not allowed to get a whole football kit. You're allowed to get new shorts though." So they went to lots of shops, but they couldn't get a good size for him. Finally they saw a good size for him, but he didn't like the colour. He did not smile at all. When the football match was almost started, he wanted to hide so then his friends couldn't see what shorts he was wearing. Then he just realised 5 of his friends at the same street of his house were wearing the same shorts as him. When the match started, he scored 5 goals and then he felt so happy. He quickly ran to the gate and couldn't wait to tell his mum he scored 5 goals for his team. And thank you so much for seeing this. I hope you enjoyed it.
My favourite book is Jacqueline Wilson, The Worst Thing About My Sister. This story is about 2 sisters, Jacqueline and Mella. They always fight. One day, their dad lost his job, so their dad couldn't pay enough money for their house because their house was on rent and they couldn't pay for it. So they had to get in a flat after their dad got another job, and their dad could only afford a flat, which was on rent as well. So there was only one living room, and most of the kitchen covered up the living room, and there were only 2 bedrooms, and there was 2 sisters. So the parents always share a room, so it's easy for them to share a room. But Mella and Jacqueline, Mella always keeps things like her teddies and all things like that, and she doesn't like pink at all. Jacqueline always kept a pink room and all pink things. One day they started arguing about the room. So, whilst Mella was asleep, Jacqueline took all Mella's teddies and threw them in the bin, pretended to throw them in the bin. They were actually in the basement, and Jacqueline never goes in the basement. So, when they woke up, Jacqueline told Mella that her teddies were in the bin. Mella was very sad, and when Jacqueline was going up the ladder, Mella pulled her down, and she was in the hospital. Mella felt really sad for Jacqueline, so Mella had to say sorry, and after she had recovered from the hospital, they never fighted again.
Expelliarmus! Thought you were Professor Snape for a second. This is the only time I'm going to tell you. I'm missing my potions lesson for this. Anyway, this is my all-time favourite book, Harry Potter. When you are reading it, you'll feel like this. Not that, this. But then the second you put the book down, you'll feel like this, crying your eyes. Well, that's fine. Anyway, Harry Potter is a book where Harry Potter, as a baby, he was left on the doorstep of the Dursleys. Now, Dursleys are muggles. Muggles are humans. Now, he had 9 happy years, well, not really with the Dursleys, but until his birthday, when he went to a beach house. One in 12 o'clock, Hagrid broke down the door. Harry Potter was a wizard. A wizard. Harry Potter was going to Hogwarts, but he had to get ready. He had no wand, he had no robes to wear, and he had not got a pet sidekick. So, as it was Harry's birthday, Hagrid bought it for him. But how would he do it with the money? They went to a bank, and he was quite rich because his parents would never leave him with nothing. His parents died from Voldemort, which is why Harry Potter is now famous, because Harry Potter survived from Voldemort. I'm so sorry. He must not be named. You got to keep reading the story. I think Professor Snape's coming. Yeah!
Hello everyone, I'll be telling you about my favourite book. It's called Going Solo by Roald Dahl. It is a very good book for me. It is important. There was a real story of a boy and he was in World War II.
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy World Book Day. My name is Zaima Majid, and I'm going to be telling you about my favourite book. My favourite book is Harry Potter. You might be thinking, why Harry Potter? And why the book? I can just watch the movies. Well, your first question, why the book and not the movies? Because the book is a lot more detailed. You can watch the movies before or after. But why I really like this book is because when I was little, don't tell anyone this, used to have a magic, well, not magic, a pretend wand and a broom, and I used to pretend being a witch. I really loved it, so I love witches still now, even though the magic's not real. I still love them. And I recommend this book to you, and not just the movie. So watch this book, have a really nice Happy World Book Day, and have a lovely week. Bye.
My favourite book is Grant's Granny. My favourite book is Grant's Granny because her nephew thought she was very boring. But actually, she was an ordinary grandmother. So, one day, her nephew found out that she was a thief. I know, right? It's a bit awkward. So, when they found out it was a thief, he was trying to find out if she was actually a real thief. So, they went together to try and steal the jewels from the palace. But they got caught by the queen. But then they actually figured out that the grandmother was not a real thief. She was pretending to be a thief because she wanted to look cool. That's all. Bye.
Hi everybody, this is my favourite book because it's very funny, and when I read it, I couldn't put it down. And it's a very good book. I recommend it to a lot of you.